Pisces, hello and welcome to your weekly reading for the week of September 29th through to October 6th. Let's dive right in. So you guys have Saturn and Neptune retrograding, and the funny thing about this week is that we have Neptune. Where is Neptune? Did I write it down? No, I didn't. But we have on the 5th, Saturn will quincunx the sun within a 1-degree orb, and we have the moon in Scorpio too, so it's giving a bit of a sextile. That's going to be a day where I feel like you guys are going to learn something really big about who you invest in, who you invest your time, energy, resources, where you, maybe it's a date, maybe like you guys actually have someone. Kim Kranz just came through. Maybe you guys have someone who wants more with you, wants more intimacy, and you guys are starting to shed the layers of resistance from heartbreak, from any disappointments that you might have had and experienced in a romantic counterpart, because it's fall. We're not in winter yet, but we are aware that we have to get under the roots. We have to go deeper within ourselves, within our shadow, within the darkest crevices and the cracks maybe in our stories that don't really add up, but we've just been telling the same old story for a really long time. And that might have to do with relationships, partnerships, business, any way that people can invest in us, that we can build from those investments our legacy. We have Hera alliance. Yeah, it feels like you guys are going to come into a rather significant alliance, and maybe it's, you know, if it's not a romantic partnership, it's going to be a partnership that puts you somewhere up a little bit more broad, you know, broad-chested. You feel supported in the world. The empowerment message. Greek goddess Hera, wife of Zeus, knew intimately that positive alliances led to great power. At this moment, you're magnetized to receive aid. Yeah, Pisces, receive aid from people who have greater wisdom and can help you to the next level. Perhaps it's a mentor who appears or someone in the know. Making connections with others and finding strategic partnerships are favored right now as you explore the nature of becoming empowered by association. This works well if you have a healthy sense, I almost said a hubby, but it's still a healthy sense of self-worth, and if you're able to learn without diminishing yourself in any way. Maybe you were diminishing yourself because you're not married, okay, and that was all just falsehoods. It was all insecurities that were warping your sense of reality and making you crouch down when you really needed to have this sense of empowerment. And someone's going to come and help you into that, Pisces, so keep your eyes open, eyes peeled. Right now, Hera is supporting you to form beneficial alliances for the greater good of all. When called to action or faced with a decision, ask, how does this benefit me? And how can I serve the highest good as a result of this connection? You may also be called to give help to another who needs your mentorship. And I would say, frame it in the same way. How does this mentorship benefit me, and how can I serve the highest good as a result of this connection? Give freely, for only good will come of it. This is a wonderful time for all manners of connection and collaboration. And the alignment message. Oh, look at that. There's a feeling of unease that sets in when you are in an unhealthy power dynamic with another person. So this might be what's coming up for those of you all who are shifting into alignment with those old stories, kind of like they don't work anymore. As a result, you may compete with and blame others for your discomfort, just as goddess Hera did when faced with evidence of the many betrayals of her husband Zeus, king of the gods of Olympus. Like she did, you might even stand up for someone who abuses their power to avoid seeing your own role in perpetuating the myth that you need to be a certain way to be accepted or valued. You may think that the benefits of your willful blindness outweigh the price you're paying, but Hera knows that this will not serve you as an empowered, sovereign person. Fear and denial make for a potent hypnosis, one that's passed down generation to generation. Yeah, this is all the scum and muck underneath those roots of that family tree. No one chooses this dynamic intentionally. You may have stayed in a disrespectful relationship because you felt that the alliance served you in some way, such as giving you security or status. Hera wants you to be aware of these traits in yourself and to be empowered in your own right, not through attaching yourself to the dominant power for a false sense of safety. Stand tall and choose collaborative partnerships with deep mutual respect and encouragement. Don't chase what's popular or who will make you look good. That will not last. It'll actually burn you out. Look for equality and see yourself as worthy. Ask yourself, who would I be without this dynamic person or situation? Your alignment task is to open your eyes and choose another way. Belong to yourself and align with the great goddess pulsing through your heart and the whole world. She is the one with the real power. Okay, let's get a sacred symbols. Oh, knowledge. Boom. Yeah, I think that you guys are really, with the sun in Libra, you guys are starting to look at, you all are Libra 6th house, in your daily, day-to-day investments and how this is leveling you up, what it's giving to you to be invested in certain circumstances with certain people, what they're doing to move your story forward or to hold you underwater. Like there are some people who have certain soul contracts with you to keep you from being the star. So we need to monitor that. With Venus moving through Scorpio, yeah, you guys might have found someone who shows you the truth of the matter, that you're very desirable. And now you know what's needed of you for this mentorship, whether you're receiving a mentorship or whether someone's giving you mentorship, or both at the same time. You know what's going to be asked of you, and it's perfectly fine. Something that I've learned with doing this work is that as I learn, I share right away. It's just sort of like, it makes more space within me to gain more insight, gain more wisdom, gain more intelligence, more spiritual prowess, to just automatically use what I'm learning. See if it resonates with people. 4 of Wands and the 2 of Earth. Taurus just got the 2 of Earth. So you might be dealing with the Taurus and building something from this new place within yourself of strength, of alignment, of purpose. And the 4 of Wands does represent marriage. It does represent stability in your thought form. So that thought patterns, any thought patterns would be represented to Scorpio. And right now, Venus, the planet of value, is going through there. So you understand which beliefs about yourself are valuable and not so valuable. And we're switching up how we operate in the world with those beliefs being polished, shined, or put into the compost bin. Other than that, they can be donated. Sometimes you got to put them in the fire, burn it up. Rosa Galicia, sensuality and secrets. So you guys might be manifesting something very sacred, a sacred connection to yourself. I know a friend who's going to be doing a Vipassana and making art. I could say from my experience of doing that myself, it was divine. Like, there is nothing more sublime than having that experience of just this inner deep searching, this introspection that sort of gets at all of the innermost parts of us. I'm going to look at that underworld card after this one. Rosa Galicia, sensuality and secrets. Look beyond the beauty to see what lies beneath the underworld. Once found, it's best to be silent about it. This knowledge could lead to a great healing for your body, mind, and spirit. So that's just telling my friend, if she's watching, to make sure that that silent retreat is cherished. Be very present with yourself and give yourself a round of applause for even being so brave to do something like that, because that is like the innermost way to reckoning, to come out on oh my gosh, out from perdition and come into alignment. Underworld. 159. This is no time to mince words. The archetypal territory of the underworld is fraught with nightmares, suffering, and pain. And I think being with that pain is going to give you a lot of healing, Pisces. And this might be why you incarnated as a Pisces. It's the darkest shadow realm which we try vigilantly to avoid or deny at any cost. Try as we might, the darkness pulls us into its depths through disturbing dream images, unexpected accidents, illness, war, conflict, and ultimately death. Not visiting the underworld, or denying its existence altogether is what gives it dangerous power. Traversing it forces us to bow humbly to the greater forces that be, while summoning the inner strength we previously underestimated. Take solace that the underworld subsumes everyone from time to time, making us deeper friends, more intimate partners, soldiers of light amid our shadowy time. So you all have Libra as your 8th house. Libra has you all as its 6th house. So in the ideal state, you guys are going to come to a reckoning, a complete shift from the transgressions, the pains, the stories that were inherited through your family lineage, the feelings that weren't allowed to be felt or else they were punished. I spoke to, I believe, Taurus, maybe they got in trouble for like taking walks alone at night or something, and it made them immobile. Words aren't wanting to come out, but it's okay, because the thing is, you guys might need that stillness, that silence, that reflection that Taurus got, and the journey to the other world or the underworld, which is going to be through this silence, through a very discerning mentor who is able to impart to you this wisdom, this sharing, this inheritance. What did Hera have? Alliance. that allows for your soul to kind of level up, because now you know what's needed of you and you know what you're going to build, and you're not going to allow for people to come into your life and dismiss these qualities in you of being the star. And of course, now our beliefs that we're going to see and overturn which ones were just kind of held over from like generations ago and are no longer needed for us to move through our life. Facing darkness and choosing light is the most profound calling of all. So it's okay to be silent about what you learned. There's not words for everything that we come through with our silent retreats, our silent Vipassana meditation. That's why painting is something that's so great, because there's a lot carried through the image that is felt, that a lot of people go to museums for, to have those facilitated experiences. All right, so we're going to get a final card from Rumi. Then I have to go. We have, oh, the dissolving light. Yeah, this feels right. Good. I'm excited for you guys. I died as a mineral and became a plant. I died as a plant and rose to animal. I died as animal and I became human. Why should I fear anything? When was I ever less by dying? Oh my God, y'all are coming into some major changes. Okay. There is a light so intense, so powerful that nothing other than itself, its own truth, can exist in its presence. It's the sacred seed, the star of your being, lit up from within. It is the light that never goes out. It is the light that is so powerful it is beyond duality of light and dark. Cannot ever be extinguished or diminished, not even in the underworld, okay? And quite simply, beyond all logic, just is. Certainly no lie or deception, no boundary or defense can remain intact in its presence. The blazing divinity of this light sears through any pretense, annihilates illusions, and takes us into the stark experience of divine truth. Its gentleness, and yet it cannot be overcome. Its enduring power, and yet it is tender. Though you seek the divine, and even know it as love, you also know that it is fierce, wild, inexplicable, and demanding beyond all measure. It wants you completely, utterly, without condition. There will be times in your life, such as now, when there is something not worthy of you that must be released. And maybe you've already done that, and this is what you're kind of seeing through all of the threads of that. And sometimes that web of threads needs to be dismissed as well. This is a falsehood, a lie or deception of some sort that you have come to believe about yourself, your life, or perhaps even another. You may know what this deception is, or it may be about to be unveiled. It is not a cause for fear or concern, but for celebration. That's so good. An illusion has or soon will be released, and you shall become freer, free in a way that only truth can provide. It might be with the Taurus. Okay, so my Pisces, do your due diligence this week. Maybe watch Taurus's reading to get a fuller picture of things. Maybe some of you guys have Taurus moons. Maybe you were raised by a Taurus, and this is something that you can go into a little bit deeper. Thank you so much to my subscribers for being here. If you're just here to watch your ascendant or sun reading, go on ahead and watch a reading for your moon sign, maybe a house that you might be having issues with. So like house of career, 10th house. I love watching my 10th house readings through other readers because it helps me to get a better sense of what I'm working on, or if I have something going on with a creative project, 5th house is what I'll watch. So that's just a tip and an astrology hack that I practice on my own. Until next time, Pisces, have an amazing week. Aloha.